Hey, welcome back to my channel, Duct Tape Mechanic, and to another episode of my series, Free on Facebook, a series of videos in which I find things for free and I show you how to repair them, recycle them, or repurpose them in another manner. In this video, I got this Maytag Centennial washer that's stuck in the sensing mode. So if you have a Maytag, Whirlpool, or Kenmore washer and it's stuck on sensing, you might find this video helpful. And if you do, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more DIY and tinkering videos. Alright, so here's the washer I picked up. As you can tell, it's in really good condition. I would say this washing machine is maybe 5 or 6 years old. I didn't look at the exact serial number, which is down here somewhere. But the problem is that it's stuck on the sensing mode. And I did make a video earlier with another machine that was stuck on sensing mode, and I stated in the video that there's most likely three main reasons why your washer is stuck on sensing. The valves, which is what was going on with that machine, and I show you how to test the valves, and that video is linked below just in case if you need to watch that video. But the second thing is a shifter actuator, and the third thing is a bad control board. So how do you differentiate between if the actuator is bad and the control board's bad? And that's what I'm going to show you in this video, because like I said, I've already covered the valves. So we'll be throwing this machine into diagnostic mode, and that's pretty much going to tell us why it's stuck in sensing. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so I got this hooked up to my test station right here, and what the basic symptom of this machine is that it filled up with a little bit of water, as you can see in there. Then it just pretty much stopped completely, and it's been stuck on the sensing mode for a while now. So what we'll do is drain this out, and we'll put this into diagnostic mode and see what's going on. Alright, so we're going to be putting this thing into diagnostics mode. What I did first was I unplugged it, and then about 30 seconds later I replugged it back in. So the next thing we'll be doing is just resetting it. Just turn it counterclockwise, maybe twice. After that, what we'll be doing is turning it 3 clicks clockwise, 1 click counterclockwise, then 1 click back clockwise. This is what it should look like. 1, 2, 3, back. There we go. We've entered the diagnostic mode, and if you could see that, all the lights except the lid lock light has lit up. From there, we're going to go into the error code mode. To get into the error code mode, we're going to be turning it clockwise, and then once we do that, just the light above the done will be lit up, and then we're going to hit enter, and from there we're going to go one more click clockwise, and it should read out our error code. So basically, if you do this and it starts blinking, so the first blink, the sensing light is on, the rinse is on, the spin is on, and the done is on. And in the second blink, the rinse is on and the done is on. And the way that Whirlpool, Maytag, and Kenmore have this, the meaning of this is that this is a F7 E5 code, and there's a lot of good resources on how they translate these lights into F7 E5, but all you need to know is that first, right as soon as you get into diagnostic mode, if the sensing light is on, the rinse light is on, the spin light is on, and the done light is on, then that's followed by the rinse and done light being on. That's a F7 E5 code. And what does that mean? That means we have a bad shifter actuator. So if that series of lights is on, that's what all that means. It's a bad shifter actuator. So yeah, so after that, we'll just go ahead and pull the plug on this machine, tip it on its side, and replace the actuator and see if that works. And honestly, if you're having trouble getting into diagnostic mode and your machine is filling up with water, just from experience, most likely it's going to be the shifter that's bad. So that's a common issue, and the common symptom of that is that it's getting stuck in the sensing mode. So we're going to go, first thing we'll do is just to make it easier, I'll just take the cover off. After that, we're going to remove the 2 green screws that hold on the shifter. And then we're going to unplug the shifter from the washer. So these shifters can break for multitude of different reasons. I've seen the shifter arm physically break. The windings in the motor can break also, but I think the most common reason is that this is a position sensor that senses where the transmission is, and that's what usually goes out on most of them. But either way, it'll result in the shifter being broken and the machine stuck in sensing mode. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this off, and this is like a common part you can find on Amazon for like 25 bucks. And we'll slap the new one on, and I'll leave the belt cover off for now, but we'll see if this thing works. So here's the new shifter, and the main thing is just making sure moving the clutch into position in this arm right here so it loops in, and there we go. And we're just going to screw it back in. Just screw back in, and we're going to plug the connector back in. Perfect. And that should resolve our issue. And we'll see. I'll throw a load in and start it and see if it goes past that sensing phase. So we got that same washer in my little test station over here. And I've thrown a load of laundry in there. And as you can see, the machine has progressed to the wash stage, and before it was just staying at this sensing light. It was stuck there. So yeah, so the diagnostic mode is really helpful, particularly if you're trying to decide whether it's a control board issue or it's an issue with the actuator, because the stuck in the sensing, it really can only be a handful of different things. So if you eliminate the valves, then the next best thing to do is put it into diagnostic mode and eliminate whether it's the board or whether it's the shifter actuator. And most of the time it's going to be the actuator. So if this video helped you repair your washer, make sure you hit the thumbs up sign.